and welcome back to another segment of Our Voice, Our Opinion. We're here with the lovely Miss Jamaica Kitchens, here in her business, Grand Diva Studio. Miss Kitchens, tell us a little bit about Grand Diva Studio.
Well, Grand Diva Studio is the name of my miniature salon.
Okay.
Basically, I'm an independent salon owner underneath the umbrella.
Entrepreneur.
Yes.
Like that.
Thank you. Underneath the umbrella of Sola Salons. There's basically two locations. There's one off of Hurstbourne and Westport Road. I'm located at 1850 South Hurstbourne Parkway.
Okay.
And I've been here for a little over 4 years.
Awesome. Now, are you solely natural hair salon, or do you style natural as well as processed?
Good question. I'm basically a natural and healthy hair specialist.
Oh, okay.
That's what I call myself, because I'm not against the relaxer system. I basically use a texturized system, but majority of my clients are natural.
Awesome. Okay, that's pretty cool. Now, we're suddenly seeing tons of natural hair salons. They're popping up everywhere. Tell me a little bit about this. Is it new? I mean, my mom did a press and curl for years. I did press and curl in the kitchen, burnt ears and all of that.
Right, me too.
So, I mean, what's with the, is this a new phase, or just a new era in hair care?
Well, I think it's a little bit of everything you just named. I really don't think it's anything new about it, because in our culture, that's just the way we were born. We're born with a lot of different hair textures.
Yes.
Just like our skin colors.
Right.
Back then, there was a system of us getting our hair straight, and it was the press and comb stove. Okay, with the burnt ears and the grease.
Yes.
And as time grew on, we came into the relaxer system. We have dealt with a lot of over-processed relaxer systems. A lot of women were losing their hair, hair's thinning, textures changing.
Right.
So a lot of women have started this whole, I'm going back to natural. I'm going back to where I came from.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
As that began to grow, technology grew, which meant that we're no longer using steel products. For example, the press and comb was made of steel, of metal, okay? And now our technology is nano titanium or ceramic.
Right.
Okay, so that's just a new way of preserving heat damage. So the heat is on the inside of the tool and not basically on the outside.
Right.
So our blow dryers and our brushes and combs and our straightening irons and our flat irons are now nano titanium and ceramic.
Sounds like there's a lot to know about taking care of
Yes.
your natural hair.
Yes.
Tell me, what I'm natural. I'm
Okay.
natural. I'm
Me too.
blown out right about now. But I'm natural. So tell me, if there was something that you really wanted to get to those young ladies who are thinking of going natural, what do I need to know about taking care of my hair?
Okay, well basically, we could just start with the basics of taking care of. And whether you're relaxed or natural, okay? This is just basically how it is.
Okay.
You need to sleep on a satin pillowcase. You need to sleep in a satin bonnet every single night, okay?
So that doesn't change whether I'm relaxed or...
Does not. Because cotton sheets, they actually tear our hair up, splits our ends and everything. Excuse me, when we were relaxed, we would wrap our hair with a satin scarf, correct?
Right, right.
So now that we're natural, me, for example, I don't tie my hair up in a satin scarf, but I do wrap my hair in a satin bonnet every single night. Or I have a backup with a satin pillowcase. So either way, my hair isn't sliding and snagging on a cotton pillowcase. It's sliding on satin.
Awesome.
So there's no breakage there.
Okay.
So that's the first step.
Okay, well, dealing with the natural hair, there's so many different textures. It's all confusing. I'm a 4B, 4C. I have no clue what I am. Can you break that down for me? Because we're going to talk about caring for all those different types of hairstyles.
Okay. To the simplest form, I really don't like the 4A, B, C, D, E. It's too complicated.
Right.
For someone that is seeking knowledge about how to care for their own texture, it's way too confusing.
Right.
So I took it all the way back to when I was in cosmetology school, of how we learned about textures, and it was straight to the point. It was either you were straight, you were either an S pattern, which means you were wavy, or you were a C pattern, which meant you were coily. Okay. So a C is coily, and an S is a windy, wave, and straight is straight.
Right.
Okay.
But within those, you have the different types of S's, the different types of C's.
Absolutely.
But
so simple.
Right.
So
and you can tell yourself whether or not I'm an S or a C.
Well, not today because we're straight.
Well, we're straight, but I'm just saying. But if you're at home and you're looking at your hair trying to figure out what your texture is.
Yes.
Okay, so with that in mind, are there different things that I need to do to care for those different types of texture? Because me personally, I feel I'm an S in the front because I can never get that tight coil.
In the front, but the back is tighter.
But the back is tighter.
I'm going to explain to you why we're like that.
Okay.
Number one, because that's just the way God made us.
All right. I can deal with that.
And secondly, it's because we naturally have more hair follicles in the back of our head than we do on the top.
Okay.
So if you notice, when people start to go thin, or if they start losing hair, it always stops around the top, the little temples, or maybe a little bit right here in the back. But this area here is always pretty much not really a problem for majority of us.
Okay.
So when you're talking about hair care, for example, you have 4 or 5 different leave-in conditioners out there.
Right.
Okay. So some of them are lighter than others. Some are heavier than others. What you want to start with is learning that for natural hair, too much alcohol is bad for us. So you want to look at the back of your labels and read if it has a lot of alphenols or inols, because it doesn't spell the word alcohol on the back of the label.
Right.
Okay. It'll have OL and all or something like some crazy words that I can't really pronounce.
Right.
None of us do.
Right.
So that's how they hide the word alcohol.
Right.
In a lot of those products there. So a lot of the products I use are sulfate free, which means alcohol free, but I tend to gear towards more of the products that I know for certain works for my clients. So somebody with an S type, I'm going to use my lighter form of leave-in conditioner. Someone with a C type, a heavier one. So you both are using leave-in conditioners for 2 different types for 2 different textures.
Awesome. That's amazing. And I'll tell you what, you said something a little bit earlier that I really want to get into.
Okay.
And I tell you what, we're going to get back with Miss Kitchens in just a minute.
All right.
So be sure to stay with us. This is Our Voice, Our Opinion, and we're here at Grand Diva Studio with Miss Jamaica Kitchen.
Thank you.
Our Voice, Our Opinion is brought to you by Gallery MD, where we sell reclaimed vintage art, furniture, and accessories.